in a perfect transition, I welcome Antonia Daniek to the space. And Antonia is a wisdom wayfinder, guide, spiritual and business mentor, supporting changemakers and founders to deeply connect to their purpose and inner wisdom to create with source. So Antonia is going to be sharing her message today as a video, right? So
first I say hello.
yes,
It feels interesting now. First, welcome to everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, and I chose to do a video, so it's interesting, I think, to witness how the flow goes now with myself also watching my video back. And the topic is being conscious in initiating, and how this can lead to big projects or small ones, and they're all equally important. So I think it weaves perfectly to the whole flow of today. And the topic I chose is an online festival as an example for a big event.
Okay.
So
accidentally.
No, it's on purpose, but I didn't mention the Unity Festival because I feel it's to make it an example for like big visions where you don't know how they will come to life, but if you trust, they can. And I wish you enjoy the video, and then we can speak about it afterwards. And thank you, Alex,
Excellent.
for putting everything together.
My pleasure to hold the space. So yeah, and I'm also looking forward to the video format. So it's great that you actually offered it this way. So it's just perfect. And I see some new comments here from John. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to you too. And a better world, a joyful world. Imagine it, feel it, and create it. And someone is watching us from New Zealand. So
we have,
hello to New Zealand.
we have
that region represented.
We made it.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay.
Hello and welcome. The birth of your initiative and the magic of co-creating with source. It's a magnificent, huge topic. Today we will dive into the essentials, into the key points of what is, to me, the most important piece to share with you. And before I really dive into, I want to mention what I understand what an initiative is, if I speak about birthing your initiative. So an initiative in my world can be small or big. And sometimes it starts small and it grows big. So what is it? An initiative is a conscious action that you take. It's a risk you take towards a maybe unknown goal. For example, a small thing. You are in a meeting and there are some new people, and there is one person where you really feel called to connect, and you feel like there is something. You don't know yet what it is, but there might be an option to collaborate later, or there might be a pathway towards a beginning friendship, and you don't know yet, but still you feel there's something, and you follow this intuition, this inner guidance, and you call this person, or you speak to her or him in the break, and you make an appointment for a conversation. And this can lead to a collaboration, this can lead to friendship, maybe even partnership. You don't know yet, but you follow this first call and you take the risk. And if you speak to a person, it implies a risk, because they can feel offended, or they can, you don't know how it lands. Okay, so this is a little initiative that you can take, which can grow into something big. A bigger initiative, for example, would be that you have this dream, this vision of, for example, a new company, a journey that you want to take, like across Russia, going with the train across Russia. This would be a larger venture. And there is this first moment when you have this first idea and this first dream where you speak about it the first time. Maybe you write about it, maybe you speak to your spouse or to your children or to your best friend, and you voice this dream. And for today, I will use the example of if you have a vision of an online festival. Some of us have. And this also starts with this very first one step. Because first it's a dream, maybe it's a huge vision, maybe it's too large, maybe it's more feeling calling you. It's like you feel the call to create this and you have no idea how to do it. You have no team yet. It's just you. And this calling of your soul or of your spirit guides or whoever is calling you, but there is something calling you forward. And this to me is the beginning of creating with Source, the beginning of the new venture. It's not yet the birth, I would say, but it's the initial moment where you take the courage and speak about it the first time, or you write about it, or you share it even with a larger circle. And for these moments, it's always, I would advise to share it with people that you trust, share it with people that will be positive about it. And if you have a friend who is always looking at the negative, I wouldn't share with this person because they would drown your dream. So share it with positive people, with uplifting people. And what happens then, it's like, I show it like this. It's like this person, this founder of the festival, this in this first seed moment is opening a field, opening an energetic field for this event to happen. And in the beginning, it's well, in my world, and maybe you have experienced this already, it's like you feel that something is already shifting in your surrounding. Maybe you meet different people, you hear things differently because you started on this venture. So you are out there in the world with a different filter, like your awareness is different. Now suddenly you hear everybody speaking about online events. Maybe you hear about the newest tech because you already stepped into the field and you opened the field. And maybe you already meet people who are potential team members. Yeah, because you took action, this first initial risk to share about it, to move forward, to take this one step and maybe take the next step. And I have the picture. I'm a drawer. I'm an artist as well. So I have this picture. And to clarify, to me, creating with Source is creating with nature and spirit, like with Mother Earth and spirit. So it's the energy of the earth, of Source coming into you. So to me, it's helpful if I'm grounded, if I'm really connected with where I am, with it being present. So it's the energy of the earth. And it's inspiration coming through me. And then from the heart, you can take this first action. You can take the risk. You can make this one step. And this one step is enough to trigger an answer. So they're not fighting. They're creating magic. Because the universe can answer and send you a person, a synchronicity, an event, a website, whatever it is that you need. And this brings you to the next step and to the next step. And you're always going towards your big vision, one step at a time. And the magical thing with this here, this is co-creating with Source, how I call it. It's co-creating with life, with the earth, with people, it's dancing with the universe. And then things happen, and then we meet the next person. And they share with us about something they found. And this leads us to the next step and to the next step. And to me, this new way of creating and co-creating is beyond what we had in the past. In the past, we would make a 5-year plan and we would know exactly the steps that we want to take, and we would know exactly what we want to create and how it will look like in 5 years. And to me now, we are in a different paradigm. We are in this space of possibility, of infinite possibilities. We can create things where we have no idea how it will work. And I believe it already worked in the past because it's a universal law. But to me now it's more obvious that more and more people dare to create like this, co-create like this, to trust forward, to take this one step and then meet the right person and then have this conversation. And this will lead to the next piece of the puzzle. And in 1 year, probably you're in a different space from where you are now. So what happens with this field? Like if this beautiful person takes this step, takes the risk, and goes out there, takes the steps and uses the possibilities that show themselves, the opportunities. Because sometimes, or maybe often, the universe presents us with an option and we don't see it, or we don't dare to welcome it into our life because it's maybe not how we plan to do it. But if we answer this and if we step in and say, okay, welcome, thank you for being here. And then we figure out how it comes together. And in hindsight, very often the pieces of the puzzle make so much more sense than when we are in the moment. So what happens when the field is open and the visionary, the founder, holds the field and trusts that everything will work out? People will appear. And then there might be a team. And then it might look like this. This might look a little crazy now. I will explain. So the blue field is the online festival. And this is the founder. And very often in the beginning, the founder is like everywhere in all the different areas of the project. He will be hands-on because it's maybe in the beginning just him or her. And if she's here, maybe she's also part of this marketing team. Maybe she's head of marketing and she has some beautiful people supporting the marketing, doing the marketing with her. Okay? And then maybe here is another area, which is tech. And maybe the founder is not a tech person, so they have somebody stepping in, offering their tech advice, building the platform or using the tech that is already there. And maybe this person here is the leader of the tech, and there are others, programmers, people who do their job, who are specialists, who are experts in their specific niche. And they are perfect here. They wouldn't want to be the visionary. It's not their path, it's not their calling. They're called to be in a project which is aligned with their values and then do the tech in every aspect that they can. Beautiful. And then here, like if we want to have an online festival, we definitely need speakers, presenters. So maybe here is one person coordinating all the different speakers. And there are speakers who come with their topic and who will present. And maybe there is one who will offer a panel. So this is another little circle. I call them specific sources. So it's circles. It's like circles of responsibility. This whole idea of these energetic fields is not hierarchical. It's energetic and responsibility. So the visionary holds the responsibility for the whole field, and at the same time, this tech person has the full responsibility for the tech piece. So the founder does not need to be a tech person. And here, the founder does not need to know every detail of every speaker, because this can be in the responsibility of someone else. And this is how these initiatives can really grow and come to this point where they are all together as a team, as a co-creative team, ready to birth the project into the world. And that's when your big initiative actually is being born. It's when you then at one point present it to the world, not just to your allies and co-creators. And this is a magical moment. This is when the world sees it, when a lot of more synchronicities can happen. And this is maybe also a moment where you as a founder or as a specific source, as a presenter, you need courage because you don't know what will come. You don't know the echo that will come. And then it's about being grounded with the earth, connected with the heavens, and being in your middle, in your center, in the present moment, presenting what you created and co-created together and with the divine, with source, with divine guidance. And then it's ready to be born. And I would like to add a little piece, which I mentioned a little bit. If this is a big initiative, and not everybody is called to create these big events or big companies. So when you are for example, one of the presenters, and you hear about this online festival, and you're a speaker, you're aligned with the vision of the festival, and you feel like, oh, I would love to speak there because speaking there would be on my path, I would follow my own vocation if I speak there. So then the initiative and the risk that you take is connecting with the founder or with the person coordinating the speaker team and applying to speak. This is your piece of initiative. And then you bring all your knowledge, everything that you have, you bring with you, and you bring it into the circle, into the big field. And then you're part of the dance, co-creating this beautiful, beautiful event. So it's not about hierarchy. It's not more important to be the founder or the speaker. It's all together we are co-creating this. And no big project can be only created by a founder visionary. And we need the visionaries if we want to speak at events. So that's all from me today. My name is Antonia Daniek. I'm a visionary heart, wisdom wayfinder, spiritual and business mentor.
Thank you. So, I mean, that coincidentally, an interestingly related topic. Thank you so much. And I just liked so much the aspect of not knowing what comes about and not knowing, not having that 5-year plan and not being sort of rigid and constrained to that very linear path. And it's just, so important, I find. And yeah, thank you so much for that message. And actually, before I give floor to others to share, we've had comments, and here's somebody saying, perfect, stopped making bread to go online and found co-creators. Thank you. Everyone needs to know this. It is a vital skill. So yes, amazing. And Aline also shared a really big and loving comment, just sending her support and appreciation from Belgium in Europe. So thank you, Aline. Wow. So thank you, Antonia. And yeah, I open the floor for others to share.
As a fellow visionary and leader, it was so cool. I loved seeing that, and it's such a good reminder of how much support and abundance is really out there, and it's just about putting out the right energy and attracting the right people and creating the right environment where people feel excited and want to co-create. and I loved it. Maybe I need some business coaching from you.
I'm here. And one piece which I didn't mention is it's also beautiful that you can also transfer this energy. You can transfer this connection to source for your project if you would love to pass it on to someone. So there can be like a succession, and it works. And this is just amazing, because then you can really step off a project without it dying. Because when a founder steps out of a company, very often the company dies because the vision is gone. But there are options to move through it. And what I feel is it's so important to be aware of the quality of the visionary, how important it is to hold the vision and to be connected to source and be connected to this intuitive piece, which is like every startup founder will know this, but the moment the company grows, it might be forgotten. So, yeah.
I love this. I love this, because this is absolutely what I'm talking about, is becoming one on purpose. And you've got this little diagram and this, and I just love how that segued. And but also on the flip side, what comes up for me is how many people out there that they know that they have a calling, or they know that they have a vision and they want to do this, but they're apprehensive, or they're afraid, or they've got these blocks that are holding them back. And what a message of inspiration, that you're not going to do it alone from either side. And yes, it is a calling. You are being called. A lot of people even will disregard the calling, like, oh, that's crazy, or that's silly. Like Lisa got told when she was young, that's a silly dream, that's a silly calling, or I can't do that. Just want to tap into that space of telling people, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And Antonia's got a little blueprint going on here for us. So yes, follow the callings. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Absolutely, it is real. Absolutely, the baby steps are quantum leap. Yeah. Okay.
I noticed this down, Tiana, before when you mentioned it. I was like, I need to use this. I will quote you. Every baby step is a quantum leap. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I had to say that too. Every baby step's a quantum leap. That's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for bringing in the map for us, Antonia.
There's more. There's more to it. But over the last 2 years, I managed to put it into 15 minutes. It's like
Wow.
I can talk for days, but this is like the core.
Yeah, it was so good. The song that came into my mind when we were doing the meditation is called "A Breath and a Choice Away," and that's a dance teacher was talking to us as it's kind of an ecstatic dance class, and she was saying, like, anything you want is just a breath and a choice away. I love that.
Beautiful. So yes, and funnily enough, or unsurprisingly enough, this is exactly what our organizational chart looks like. It's like these enclosed circles, more like these cells within the greater organism. So yeah.
There's even a software that can play this.
Yeah. Holacracy, I'm sure, is that the one you're referring to? So
no, it's
or others.
You can play different ones, but it's beautiful because you can go in and out of all the different circles. It's just magical. Yeah, it's another beautiful startup. It's everywhere.
We should connect with you. So if anyone else would like to connect with Antonia, there's a link on the screen right now.